But before we get into that, babe, let's get to know Anna. No?
Yeah, let's get to know her.
Let's get to know her. All right. So we're going to ask you kind of a little bit questions about you, your past, how you got to where you're at now. And then we'll dive a little bit more into it. So we're going to see who Anna is. And Anna, you are from Honduras, no?
Yes. I was born in Tegucigalpa, which is the capital of Honduras. I lived for a while in La Ceiba, which is prettier and better in every single way. And then I moved back to Tegucigalpa. And I love Tegus, but there's many places in my country that are better than Tegucigalpa. Sorry. Yeah.
And how did you got pulled into the United States?
Oh, my husband. You fall in love, and then that guy promises, no, we're going to stay here. We're never going to move. I promise you. And then, hey, after certain time being married, hey, we got to go. It's work, blah, blah, blah. And there you go, following the guy.
There you go.
But hey, so many years later, I think God had it for me. And it was the best decision I made when I decided to just like start from zero again, following my heart and doing that for my best friend and my husband, my lover, my everything. And I think the U.S. is just the best place in the world.
That's true. I concur. You see how she talks about her husband? I'm just saying it. I'm just saying it.
You were talking in my head. I'm thinking you're gonna say something like, "Why didn't you talk about me that way?" Like,
yeah,
because you're working together. That's how I get when I am working with my husband, which he is right now with me. But this is different because we are the guests today. So whenever we are working, it's like, oh, I want to kill you. But he's my favorite travel partner at the same time. So, you know.
You could at least agree that I'm your favorite travel.
Oh my gosh. Yes, babe. Yes, I love you. You're my lover. Best friend. Yes.
There you go. Thank you, Anna. You say?
Your husband.
Yes.
All right. Well, you want to ask the next question, my loves?
Let me ask you, what does travel mean to you?
Oh, to me, it's growth. The whole thing about being able to do it. You know, when I was growing up, I remember I had so many dreams. And where I come from a very, very, very poor area in Tegucigalpa, and we didn't have much. So my thing was daydreaming all day long. One day I'm going to get out of here. One day I'm going to do this. One day I'm going to travel. Like just like watching the movies and seeing, like Home Alone. And I saw the airplane. Now first class, it's not like that anymore. But it saw the airplane and the drinking a glass of wine and the whole thing. And I was like, wow, one day I'm going to do that. So the fact that now I'm able to do it, to me, it's just like, it's growth. And on a personal level, like more not about the luxury that it brings with just traveling. I think just going somewhere, it's just a blessing. Even if it's just around the corner on a cheap hotel, you are able to do that. That is such a blessing. But the whole, you grow every time you know a different culture, every time you see different things, how people do things different than how you do things. How they live, how they shop, like everything, the food, everything. It's just a growing and learning experience.
That's a hell of growth.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it is, and it's and we talk about it all the time. Like that, like I will pull my kid out of school to take them somewhere because to me that's education. That's,
yes. Thank you.
Like, yeah. I think, and it makes them grow, and it makes them like kind of become a lot, a better person. I think. No,
I agree.
You agree?
I do.
She's
Everything she says about her husband, I agree with.
oh my
too.
God, there you go. No.
No, but you know what? I love that you just mentioned that, because sometimes, because of my work, usually summer is my busiest time of the year. So it's not like I can say, "Oh, I'm gonna go here for summer." Like, it's very hard for me to do that because of my work. So I'm like, I'm sorry, the kids are gonna have to miss certain days of school because we're going on vacation, and everyone is, "You're pulling your kids out of school," and like that, like, whoa, like if it's, and I'm like, I'm sorry, bro, but yeah, books are a great, and I want them to go all the way to college and do the whole thing. But at the same time, I've seen the growth of my kids just with traveling, and not traveling in a nice way. Like, my husband does missions for work. He does logistics for people who want to do humanitarian work. And I remember that we always said, as soon as the kids are able to go on a mission trip, we're gonna take them, because you learn, and you learn real life. And I saw the difference in my kids. My older one is 9, and I don't remember how old was Seth. Josh, I'm sorry, he's here. How old was Seth when you took him to the first? 6. 6. And he went to this village in Honduras. My husband was with this group of people, giving away, food. It was like a medical brigade and different things. My kid came back with a story about how this other kid was so happy with a toy that was broken, and for him it was like, he was in awe, and I was like, yes, thank you, Jesus. This is what we want when he goes somewhere, that he can learn those things. Of course, he had the other side of traveling, the first class experience thing, but I see the change in every single aspect of every time we travel, and I have no problem taking my kids out of school for a couple of days, or even a freaking whole week if we need to go somewhere.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, baby, you were a school teacher.
I was a teacher for 20 years. And I mean, first of all, being on a teacher budget during the summer is the most expensive. So you need to travel on the off seasons. But on top of that, I just felt like we're getting a better education than them sitting inside of a classroom. And if it's going to work in our schedule and they're going to miss a couple of days, I was okay with that. And I still am. Now that they're getting older, it's harder because they're like, but I have a big test, and it weighs on them as the older they get. But I'm always like, guys, seriously, like, we're fine. It's 5 days. We have the time. They're great students, and for me, they're gonna get more out of it. So,
oh my gosh, I love you. I love you because you're a teacher. So when you say it, it means so much more, because there's one thing, I didn't know you were a teacher. So when you said I was a teacher, I'm like, oh, she's gonna kill me for what I just said. But just the fact that you say it to me, like, teachers, it's one of the hardest careers there are, and underappreciated, and so just the fact that you say it, it's like, wow, thank you. Thank you for saying that.
No, and it's funny because since I'm a teacher, I have other teacher moms, and we all kind of do the same thing. It's just the way to travel. And if you talk to the teachers and just say, hey, listen, and just be honest. I mean, we know you guys are not sick, right? I'm like, hey, can you give me the work ahead of time? Or I have to say 95%, maybe even higher, are more adaptable to let you do those things, So,
I mean, I just don't know how you, like, either they're going to see The Last Supper on a book, or why don't you take them and to see the lesson, you know? And that to me is a lot more magical than reading it and seeing it on a piece of paper, but it's worth it. So I'm glad, there you go. We travel identical with our kids. So that's great. By the way, your husband, it has to be one of our next guests, because when you told me what he did, I was like, okay, that's going to be some interesting conversations to talk about in terms of traveling.
Yeah, way more interesting.
Not way more. Tampoco, Ana. Come on.
No,
Tampoco. Pero yes,
to me, he is, because he has done things that I still think that I don't know if I could do it. Like go in the middle of a jungle in Honduras, in La Mosquitia, which is it's on my bucket list, but I'm like, I don't know if I could do it that way, because he goes and there's no electricity, no phones, he had this satellite phone, and one time the air conditioning in my house broke, and I needed just to change a filter or something, and when he was directing me how to do it, like the step by step, that thing like got lost. And I'm like, I don't know, what if something happens? So I don't know if I could do it, but trust me, yeah, he's a great conversation.
Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna book him soon. So
yeah.